Celtics, Mavericks. Two teams that will be playing in the 2024 NBA Finals. What an exciting matchup it will be for the NBA. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about the 2024 NBA Finals, as it is the Celtics going up against the Mavericks. The Celtics' run to the NBA Finals has come in comfortable fashion, despite missing Kristaps Porzingis for an extended period of time in the NBA playoffs. However, the Mavericks' run to the NBA Finals has been nothing short of amazing, as the duo of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have truly been dominant in the NBA playoffs compared to other duos out there in the modern NBA. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. Who will win the 2024 NBA Finals? Celtics or Mavericks? And I think this answer to this question will be relatively simple. I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics to beat the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals this season. Why? Because I look at the Celtics roster and I'm thinking, man, this Celtics roster has been battle tested and they're the deeper roster when you compare them to the Dallas Mavericks. They're pretty much better than them in almost every facet of the game, whether it's offense, whether it's defense, whether it's depth, whether it's the star players, with the exception of Luka Doncic being the best player in this series. The fact of the matter is the Boston Celtics have the deeper roster, no depth, no championships. And obviously you look at this other saying that pertains to winning NBA championships: no rebounds, no rings. And the Boston Celtics are more likely to rebound the heck out of the basketball compared to the Dallas Mavericks. Am I saying that the Dallas Mavericks are a soft basketball team? Of course not. They're a pretty gritty team. They're a pretty tough team. In fact, they got red hot at the right time in the NBA playoffs this year. And I'm not surprised that the Dallas Mavericks are in the NBA Finals this year, because I knew that Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving would get red hot come playoff time. In fact, I was one of the rare people that said the Dallas Mavericks would go to the Western Conference Finals. Worst case scenario. Well, guess what? The Dallas Mavericks ended up doing better than just appearing in the Western Conference Finals. They are now in the NBA Finals due to the greatness of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. You look at how Luka Doncic, he takes over games early and often. He is a dominant presence in the first half, and then come second half, Kyrie Irving is the ultimate closer for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, that's not to say that Luka Doncic can't close for the Dallas Mavericks, but when you talk about Kyrie Irving and the impact that he has had on the Dallas Mavericks, it has been nothing short of impressive. You look at how Kyrie Irving has provided the Dallas Mavericks stability at the leadership position, and you look at how Kyrie Irving has given them championship experience. And guess what? The Dallas Mavericks got red hot at the right time because they were able to beat the Clippers in 6 games, a series in which a lot of people did not believe the Dallas Mavericks will come out victorious. I was one of the rare people that believed the Dallas Mavericks will come out victorious in that series. I told y'all the Mavericks were going to beat the Clippers in the NBA playoffs, and that's exactly what they did because of the greatness of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. When you look in the second round of the NBA playoffs, they went up against the number 1 seed in the OKC Thunder. I also picked the Dallas Mavericks to upset the OKC Thunder in that series, even though a lot of people didn't really give the Mavericks a chance whatsoever, and they won that series because PJ Washington hit a lot of key shots in that series, and he has been an incredible third option for the Dallas Mavericks. He has essentially turned into Kevin Love in these playoffs with the way he has been able to shoot the 3 ball as a big man, and he has been able to play efficient basketball. He's been able to space the floor effectively, and when PJ Washington is on, it's going to be very hard to beat this Dallas Mavericks team, and they were able to beat the Thunder in 6 games. And then you look in the Western Conference Finals, they were able to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. Now, that part was surprising to me because I didn't expect the Dallas Mavericks to be that good against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We all know the Timberwolves, they have an elite defense, but Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving carved them up to pieces like they were worth nothing on the basketball court, and they made dissecting that defense look relatively easy, which was the surprising part to me. So nothing should surprise anybody when talking about the Dallas Mavericks, because they know how to create good offense, and they've got players that can play really good defense. Luka Doncic has put up a lot of effort on the defensive end of the floor. I have to respect Luka Doncic for that. If there was one fair criticism that somebody could give about Luka Doncic in past seasons, it was the fact that he didn't care to play defense. But if you say that about Luka Doncic today, I'm going to go ahead and clown on you, because Luka Doncic has played incredible defense for the Dallas Mavericks, and he's been hustling real hard on the defensive end of the floor. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. You look at how Kyrie Irving early on in his career, he wasn't really a great defender, but now he has turned into an excellent defender that's going to try his hardest on the defensive end of the floor. When you've got star players that are playing really hard on defense, role players are going to go ahead and follow you. And that's the great thing about these two star players. They care about winning. They care about playing good defense. And when you got guys that care about defense the way that those star players do, it has a trickling effect on the rest of the roster. And how about the coaching of Jayson Kidd? The coaching of Jayson Kidd has been really incredible to see for the Dallas Mavericks. He has provided them stability at the head coach position, and he has given them good advice on how to play defense. You also look at the fact how Daniel Gafford has been a really good big man for the Dallas Mavericks. He got inserted into the starting lineup at the trade deadline. The Dallas Mavericks, they didn't give up a lot to get Daniel Gafford, but he has been an incredible addition for the Dallas Mavericks. And then, of course, they've got Derek Lively II. He has been really good off the bench. He has basically turned into prime Rudy Gobert in this year's playoffs with his ability to shot block and being able to score points in the paint. He has been a really good dunker in this year's NBA playoffs. Derek Lively II has really impressed me. My point is the Dallas Mavericks look like they have been accomplishing a lot of good things in this year's NBA playoffs. But as far as why they're not going to win the NBA Finals this year, it's because the Boston Celtics have the better team top to bottom. You look at how Jayson Tatum, he has played incredible basketball for the Boston Celtics throughout the year. You look at how he has taken another step forward into becoming possibly the face of the NBA. That's how good Jayson Tatum has been for the Boston Celtics. You look at how Jaylen Brown is also the perfect Robin to Jayson Tatum's Batman, because Jaylen Brown has played really good basketball for the Boston Celtics. In fact, Jaylen Brown played so well for the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals that he ended up winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP award. That's how good Jaylen Brown performed for the Boston Celtics. He's the perfect Robin to Jayson Tatum's Batman. In fact, Jaylen Brown plays his role so well that some people are saying that Jaylen Brown is a better basketball player than Jayson Tatum. Now, I don't personally believe that, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are one heck of a duo as well, and they are playing really good on both sides of the floor. They play defense, they make shots on offense, they facilitate for their teammates, they make their teammates around them better. Speaking of their teammates, I have been really impressed with the role players. I believe that the Celtics role players are better than the Mavericks role players, and if that's the case, they're going to win this series rather comfortably. You look at how Kristaps Porzingis, he's supposed to be coming back from injury. We'll see if he can be able to regain his form that he did in the regular season, because Kristaps Porzingis in the regular season was a really good basketball player, but obviously he's been hurt in this year's playoffs, so it's been a while since he's been on the basketball court. And how about Al Horford off the bench? He has been an incredible big man for the Boston Celtics off the bench. He has been inserted into the starting lineup in this year's playoffs, and he's done nothing but get rebounds and get all the hustle stats for the Boston Celtics. He's going to be a valuable contributor off the bench for the Boston Celtics. And then, of course, you got to look at the guard play for the Boston Celtics in Derek White and Jrue Holiday. Yeah, they don't put up great stats on offense, but they put up great stats on defense. And obviously, with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving being one heck of a duo, they're going to have to be able to guard the heck out of those two guys. And I believe Derek White and Jrue Holiday can limit Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving to an extent. Now, do I believe they're going to stop those two? Of course not, because there is no stopping Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving on a full-time basis. But do I believe they can limit them in terms of the impact that they make on the game? Absolutely. We know that Derek White is a great defender. We know Jrue Holiday is an elite perimeter defender, and I believe those two guys are going to be able to lock down Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. And then, of course, off the bench, they've got Peyton Pritchard, who's an absolute dog on the basketball court. He's not the biggest guy out there, but he plays hard on defense, and he knocks down his shots when he has to take open shots. And the Boston Celtics have really constructed their roster well, top to bottom. You look at how they got a solid rotation from the best player on the court to the seventh best player on the court for the Boston Celtics. They're really good top to bottom. Brad Stevens has built a really good team for the Boston Celtics. You also look at how the coaching of Joe Mazzulla has improved greatly for the Boston Celtics this year. You can tell Joe Mazzulla has grown up quite a bit. And you look at how the Boston Celtics, they were able to have the best record in the NBA, and that's going to translate for them because they're going to have home court advantage in this series. And the Boston Celtics, if they can stay locked in, they're going to win this series because they were able to get through the NBA playoffs rather easily without their third best player in Kristaps Porzingis. So with Porzingis coming back in this series, I would expect Porzingis to have a good time against the Dallas Mavericks. I believe Kristaps Porzingis will play a solid role in the Boston Celtics winning the championship this year. As far as how many games this is going to go, I think it's going to go in 6 games. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics won the series in 5 games, but I'm going to go ahead and say Celtics in 6 because of the fact that the Dallas Mavericks are a good basketball team as well. well. They're going to get hot from three at least one of these games. Maybe Luka Doncic has a historic performance in the finals. Maybe that's how the Mavericks steal another game. But when you look at their rosters, top to bottom, for both of these teams, the Celtics have the better team compared to the Dallas Mavericks, and that's why the Celtics are going to come out victorious in the series. The only way the Celtics are going to lose this series in the NBA Finals is if Luka Doncic puts on a white Michael Jordan type of performance in the NBA Finals, or if the Boston Celtics get really cold from three. As long as those things don't happen for the Boston Celtics, this is their championship to lose. As far as what NBA fans aren't telling you about Jayson Tatum and the Boston Celtics, they're not telling you that the Celtics have been too battle tested to lose this series. And you look at how they are a tough basketball team. They've been through too much and they've been too far too many times to really lose in NBA Finals like this. This is their finals to lose. I would be surprised if the Celtics lose the finals this year, because you look at how their roster is really good top to bottom. You look at how Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are playing incredible basketball at the right time for the Boston Celtics, and I truly believe that the Boston Celtics are going to come out victorious in this series. As far as who wins game one tonight, I got the Celtics winning this game comfortably. I think they're going to get hot from three. I think Jayson Tatum is going to have a good performance. I think Jaylen Brown is also going to chip in some solid points for the Boston Celtics, and I think the perimeter defense of the Boston Celtics is going to be nothing short of elite. When you have elite perimeter defense, you're going to win a lot of basketball games, and I think the Boston Celtics are going to have that happen for them in game one. I think the Boston Celtics, they're going to come out victorious, and we're going to see Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving be limited to an extent, and if that's the case, then the Mavericks, they don't really stand a chance of winning this game. So that is why the Celtics will end up winning the 2024 NBA Finals, as they will beat the Mavericks in 6 games, with Jayson Tatum winning the 2024 NBA Finals MVP award. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @Dustin Tran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin Tran and that Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @Dustin Tran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.